Night comes alive and the lights grow dim. Slim chance game and let the tales begin. McMedic's got the faith, Taka's bring in the fire. Napkins and skits, so raise your thoughts higher.
With Calystus in the mix, we're breaking the mold.
Adventures untold, both brave and bold. See on the quest where the shadows gleam. We're chasing the light in a gamer's dream. Faith and friends, it's a journey we'll chart. Slim chance game and play it straight from the heart. Oh, brothers to steam, up brothers to steam. Oh, Slim chance game and play it straight from the heart.
From boss fights to prayers, every world we roam.
We're building connections and calling them home.
Roll the dice, press start, take a leap of faith.
In the glow of the screen, there's a sacred space. Take to lead skies, late night fights. Together we laugh and together we thrive. From dungeons deep to celestial heights, Slim chance gaming, let's play all night. Beyond the quest where the shadows gleam, we're chasing the light in a gamer's dream. Faith and friends, it's a journey we'll chart. Slim chance gaming, play it straight from the heart. Oh, brothers to steed, up the brothers to steed. Oh, Slim chance game and play it straight from the heart. So grab your gear, let's take the ride. McMedic, taco, napkins by your side. Schizo and Calystus lighting the spark. This is Beyond the Quest After Dark. When the night comes alive and the lights grow dim, Slim chance game and let the tales begin. McMedic's got the faith, Taka's bring in the fire. Napkins and skits, so raise your thoughts higher.
With Calystus in the mix, we're breaking the mold.
Adventures untold, both brave and bold. See on the quest where the shadows gleam. We're chasing the light in a gamer's dream. Faith and friends, it's a journey we'll chart. Slim chance game and play it straight from the heart. Oh, brothers to steed, up brothers to steed. Oh, Slim chance game and play it straight from the heart.
From boss fights to prayers, every world we roam.
We're building connections and calling them home.
Roll the dice, press start, take a leap of faith.
In the glow of the screen, there's a sacred space. Take to lead skies, late night fights. Together we laugh and together we thrive. From dungeons deep to celestial heights, Slim chance gaming, let's play all night. Beyond the quest where the shadows gleam, we're chasing the light in a gamer's dream. Faith and friends, it's a journey we'll chart. Slim chance gaming, play it straight from the heart. Oh, brothers to steed, up brothers to steed. Oh, Slim chance game and play it straight from the heart. So grab your gear, let's take the ride. McMedic, taco, napkins by your side. Schizo and Calystus lighting the spark. This is Beyond the Quest After Dark. When the night comes alive and the lights grow dim, Slim chance game and let the tales begin. McMedic's got the faith, Taka's bring in the fire. Napkins and skits, so raise your thoughts higher.
With Calystus in the mix, we're breaking the mold.
Adventures untold, both brave and bold. See on the quest where the shadows gleam. We're chasing the light in a gamer's dream. Faith and friends, it's a journey we'll chart. Slim chance game and play it straight from the heart. Oh, brothers to steed, up brothers to steed. Oh, Slim chance game and play it straight from the heart.
From boss fights to prayers, every world we roam.
We're building connections and calling them home.
Roll the dice, press start, take a leap of faith.
In the glow of the screen, there's a sacred space. Take pixelated skies, late night fights. Together we laugh and together we thrive. From dungeons deep to celestial heights, Slim Chance Gaming, let's play all night. Beyond the quest where the shadows gleam, we're chasing the light in a gamer's dream. Faith and friends, it's a journey we'll chart. Slim Chance Gaming, playing straight from the heart. Oh, brothers are speed up, brothers are speed. Oh, Slim Chance Gaming, playing straight from the heart.
Beyond the Quest After Dark is intended for mature audiences only. It contains strong language, humor, and topics that may not be suitable for everyone. Listener discretion is advised. You're going to hear real raw footage of real-life first responders discussing anything and everything. You may hear from preachers, teachers, mess personnel, 911 dispatchers, military veterans, and more. Nothing is off the table, and nothing is edited out. The opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the host and guest and do not necessarily reflect the views of the group Slim Chance Gaming or our sponsors. Now let's get started.
Good evening, peoples. Oh,
What's up,
we ain't got no
Questers?
schizo with us, but we got a taco on the camera. Not a cow, because he chickened out.
Yeah, I'll get there.
Big girl. Get him, vet. Get him.
Yeah.
Everybody check out my pretty sign back here. It says McMedic. Taco got me that.
Badass.
Look at that. It's dope. How is everybody this evening? I know we were back and forth on if we was going to have to get delayed. Did not have to be delayed too bad on the show, actually.
My bad. Had some things come up
Nah, you couldn't help it. It's fine.
beyond my control.
Sitting in the dark this time. I like it. It's mysterious.
I'm mysterious.
You know, the way you just answered that and the host sitting in the dark thing, it couldn't help me but think of possibly my least favorite take on Batman. The Brian Pattinson, the Batman.
Who? Are you really Napkins? They want to know. Pull my chat over. Yeah. Anyways,
Anywho's,
what's going on, everybody?
what's up, Questers? I'm
Westers.
slacking.
I forgot to start with that. Daggone it. My bad. I'll get there.
Thanks to Chad, our wonderful IT gentleman, we now have live chat
We
where
do.
people can get on beyondthequest.com and can live chat with us during the show.
Taco's got a disco party going behind him.
Yeah, I needed something to brighten up that corner.
Cal has a bright, pretty light too, like this back here, but we wouldn't know because he didn't use his camera.
We'll see it soon. Very
We
soon.
better.
I don't know. We have to actually call it out for Schizo to show his off.
His is hanging like so high up here, you can't
Yeah,
see
like-
it. I don't know why he done that.
Yeah, he put it up like at the top of the wall.
Maybe it makes his lightsabers look cool. I don't know. Anyway, how's everybody been?
No, not too bad. Decent day.
I woke up feeling like death. Feel a little bit better this evening. Thank the
Good.
Lord.
That's good.
I'm doing pretty good. I'd take
Hang
Take
on,
the little
Napkins, let me
man.
turn you up. I can't hear you for some reason.
I don't know. I cannot wait for my new mic to come in. I ordered one that's just like Cal's, and I'm so excited.
I wish we all had one like Cal's. He sound when he talks, I get shivers.
This thing is fantastic.
It makes my liver quiver every time.
I'm a big fan.
But Had to take the little man to the eye doctor. He does not need glasses, so
That's
that's
good.
good. They had to dilate his eyes, and he got real mad because he couldn't see anything.
Oh
He
man.
was running into the wall and everything.
We got a Peepaw in here with us.
Yeah, I was just reading about his echo.
Yeah, that's what I was doing too.
He
Speaking
does
of
sound so
which,
distinguished, doesn't he?
special shout out to our peepaw and our mama. Happy anniversary,
Happy anniversary, you kiddos!
Very nice.
crazy kiddos.
Happy anniversary.
And a
That's
happy late
fantastic.
big old hatch day to Calystus yesterday.
Yep. Sorry I wasn't around to wish you a happy hatch day, Kyle.
Oh, it's all good. I appreciate it, guys.
I had a migraine last night and
Oh,
ended
that's
up
actually
going to bed
Mama
early.
on. Happy everything, y'all. Sums it up pretty good.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
So before we get into Q&As,
Yeah, that's gonna be a big part of this show. I feel like.
um, is it wrong if you want to like have to parent other people's kids in public at school events?
I gotta say, I've been there. I'm not even a parent, but I've been there where I'm just like, okay, do something with your youngins before I do, because it won't be pretty.
Like my thing is, so my oldest, he's hit the age now he can't do like little league baseball leagues. He has to apply. He has to try out for like the school teams and things. So he went to their first conditioning for it, and he knows a bunch of the kids on the team because they do archery with him and things. But you know how you have cliques in school and they get around the popular kids and things, and they act like they don't know you and things. Like he was already a nervous wreck because this was going to be older kids too. And he gets there, and I'm like, dude, just breathe. I was like, they're just going to have you running and whatnot, just breathe. Go out there and have fun. So he gets there, and while we're waiting on this coach who was late, all these kids are gathered around talking, and Braxton would like go to one of them and try and talk to them, and they would legit do the thing, like turn, hold my head up, and act like they don't know you and walk away. And I'm like, and all these dads are over here, when I first got there, I tried to chit chat with the dads a little bit, and then they done the click thing. They went over in their little clique, and like at one point, one of the kids was just over here making fun of one of the other kids and like shoved him down and crap. And no dad say anything. And I'm like, am I going to have to go out here and like whip all these little children into shape? What is happening right now? Is this kids nowadays?
Why do you think I started saying some people's kids? And then had to add, and their parents too.
No, you cannot spank other people's kids. Well, I don't know if that's a law, so just saying. Oh,
We know
it is,
some of them
unfortunately.
need it.
I'm just saying, like, that was something I had to, like, And then finally, one of his Braxton's best friends showed up. Literally, the only two that were by themselves talking. And then near the end of it, I was kind of expecting, after they've all been through the ringer, running to death and everything, they would kind of be a little bit more interactive with each other. Nope. Not at all. There was like one other kid that spoke with him. And I think that was mainly because, he was trying to hang with the popular ones, and then he went out there and embarrassed himself, and yeah. So. I don't think he wanted me to embarrass him more, though, Mama.
For those who are only listening, our mama did comment that you should have just stood up and hollered, "Thank you, Jesus."
I was about to yell, all of them's going to need Jesus in a minute, because I was struggling. I was like, all right, You know that whole keep your flesh under subjection thing?
Hey, righteous anger.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start carrying a whip around, smacking stupid people.
You carry a bag of the strips of leather with you, and then when they
Napkins, did
start
you just
making you
disappear
angry,
into the dark, sir?
it has gotten darker in there.
Hey, there he is.
But when you start getting angry, you take those strips of leather and you begin to braid them into a whip. See? That way they get that little bit of warning of, oh, I've went too far. If they're still acting so stupid when you get it done, that's when you use the whip.
I like that strategy.
Yeah. So, anybody else have anything on their brain before we get started? Because I had to get that off my chest.
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment, you say.
No, only thing that I thought of topic wise was apparently the conversation has been reignited on who the best Batman is for live action. And I'm curious on your all's takes, so I'll let you all go first.
There's been so many Batmans.
There really
Yeah.
have.
You're gonna have to name some of them because I forgot all of them. There was
Okay.
Clooney. There was
Yeah.
Did Ben Affleck do one?
Yeah, Ben
Yeah.
Affleck.
Not him.
Robert Pattinson's the most recent.
He
Then
was
it was
terrible.
Ben Affleck.
He was just emo boy.
Clooney was before, or no, Christian Bale was before Affleck. Then it was Clooney. Before Clooney, it was Val Kilmer, and before Val Kilmer, it was Michael Keaton. And the very first live action was Adam West.
Which was the one that Heath Ledger was the Joker?
Christian Bale.
I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't really like any of the people that play Batman half the time. But I guess I'll go with that one.
Yeah, those two together, that Heath
Yeah,
Ledger as the
I'm not gonna
Joker
lie, I
made
watched
the Batman better.
I watched Batman for the Joker.
Who was the best Joker then, in your opinion?
Yeah,
Heath
let's
Ledger,
hear
I
that.
think.
Mm,
He was
I think
demented.
Heath Ledger knocked it out of the park, to be honest
Yeah.
with you. But
yeah, Heath Ledger, definitely.
See, here I'm odd man out because I would have to go with Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson as the better pairing for Batman and Joker.
yeah, you're old as dirt.
I feel like it. I have said many times though, if in a perfect world we had gotten Ben Affleck's portrayal of Batman paired with Heath Ledger's Joker, that would have been a pretty close competition for me.
Because he's a piece of crap, McMedic's wifey.
We're yelling
Again.
at you, Cal, in case you didn't know.
Again, for those who
Yeah.
are only listening, Medic's wifey asked why Cal was not on camera.
I will be soon, Mrs. Medic.
I feel like Taco's mic is picking up through something else. Like he's not echoing, but I change your volume, it doesn't go up or down.
Angry Vet Nation says he has truly let us down.
Oh no.
See, this is a big hurdle for me. I don't like pictures, period. Let
Well,
alone.
the wife says, "You big chicken."
Yeah, yeah. Give me wings. Fry me up. I am a chicken.
You just like being the mysterious one, huh? That distinguished voice and everything.
It's just another thing I gotta conquer. I don't like pictures, let alone being seen.
I think Vet's fixing it. You can't call yourself chicken and fry you up. He's calling you chicken crap.
Hey, fair enough. I'll take that all day long.
All right.
We have to see
so-
the face to go with that distinguished voice, Mama says.
Oh man. I think next Tuesday will be the day.
Oh, the big reveal, huh?
a big
Possibly.
reveal. I don't know what's happening.
You
I've
should
got-
So while he's pulling these Q&As up, you should ask my wife in the chat there what she thinks of your voice, Cal. I may get in trouble for that. Oh, Mama calling you out. She heard you wouldn't.
I have a week to work on this fear, and I definitely will.
All right. So I finally got them pulled up. It is time for Quester feedback.
Oh
Is that what you
shit!
called it?
Yeah, I don't know what I called it last episode, but that just popped in my head, so that's what I went with.
The Quester
Um,
questions.
Quester questions. If you listen to Beyond the Quest, the parent show, then some of these are going to be repeats. But we just got added today. Shout out to Chad. We just got it added today where they can actually select which show they want the question answered on. And that was not on there previously. So these questions are being answered on both shows. New questions will only be answered on the show that they select. Okay. The first question comes from True Fan. It is addressed to everyone. They listen on Spotify, but did not say where they're from. It says,
Mysterious.
first of all, I love the show and what the show is. I am looking for advice. I have this friend, well, brother. I think you all can understand the brother from the brotherhood that you all have. And he says he is a Christian. I say it like that because a lot of what he does and says and post doesn't match his actions, which to me is untruthful. I don't want to make him mad, push him away, or him pull away from me. And I know the Bible says to seek out your own soul salvation. So do I not talk to him and let him do his own thing? Or do I talk to him, and how? I want to be my brother's keeper and do right by God. I submitted this previously and it didn't get read, so I thought I would retry. Stay safe, brothers.
Let's hear it, Cal.
I'm still trying to find my faith, and you guys have been helping me with that. I wish I had actual advice, but I don't think I do it this time. You know, I'm still.
So do you think you should talk to him or
I I think just a nudge in the right direction might be a good thing. Just some good advice, not jumping down anybody's throat or anything.
right? Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
some good
in
advice.
the Beyond the Quest episode, I think most of us come to about the same answer of, you go about it with love. You know, it's not ganging up on somebody, and it's not,
Yeah,
trying to make them mad or anything. You let them know that up front, um, and then you express, why you're concerned, worried about them, and you know my biggest thing is I'm a very big advocate on we're supposed to be our brother's keepers and be there for people that need us. And if you're worried that much about somebody, you should go to them and talk to them.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just real quick, not to derail this or anything, but Cal, have you had a chance to check out the song I sent to you?
I did.
Okay,
That hit pretty good, man.
good. I'm glad it helps.
Started feeling some different things. Absolutely.
Good.
And just I know it's not on the question either, but to back up on something you had said, Cal, you're still trying to find your faith. People
Yeah.
get so wrapped up in trying to find faith, and they think it's so hard to do, and it's not. It's
No.
not, man. It's people get wrapped up on thinking so hard on it, and it's actually pretty simple. You know, he all he wants us to do is ask for forgiveness and give everything to him, and it's that simple. You say you're sorry, and you want to be part of him. You want him to live inside you, be a better person.
I know it's got to be, I mean, easier than I think it is. It's I just
You'll get there, man. It's just don't think so too. It's not so complicated as everybody thinks it is.
I think that's what I need to realize.
Yeah, you get
I'm
there, though,
trying
man.
to though.
So as far as this question, I think Medic pretty much hit it on the head. We all pretty much agreed that you do need to talk to him, go about it out of love, not necessarily as a place of judgment, more out of love, and also keep in mind, and this is something that we have that I mentioned last episode too. There's not really a whole lot of context here, so just because it's something that you necessarily don't agree with doesn't mean that your friend or your brother doesn't agree with it. If that makes any sense. There's different denominations, and every denomination believes something different. Um, so I think you point out what you're seeing that he's doing that you don't agree with, and maybe go to him with scripture to back up your beliefs, and kind of see where it goes from there.
Just talking.
Yeah, sit down and have an adult conversation.
Go out and get some food. Go to the lake and sit down and talk. Go somewhere where you just forget everything else that's going on in the world.
Yep.
And
This next
speaking,
question. Oh, go ahead, Cal. Sorry.
oh my bad. This is something I think that's really cool. Um, I told my mom and my aunt Trace how I'm trying to find myself, and they work at a hotel, and my aunt, one of the guests, has been there for a long time. My aunt mentioned this to her, and this woman I've never met. She's called Grandma at the hotel. Um, she wrote down something for me, and it's Romans 10:9-10, and I looked it up, and she also gave me something to watch. The 11th hour on Tuesdays. Um, I watched it, and it's I'm slowly getting there. It's I like this a lot.
Just take
I
it
feel
day by
better.
day. Mama just said in the chat. Or it just come through on
Yeah,
my end.
yeah. It it makes me feel better.
He works in mysterious ways even when we don't understand it, man.
I
Speaking
believe
of, this
that.
next question actually aligns kind of with that, Cal, and it's directed toward you. It's from Wesley, from listens on Spotify, and he's from Ohio. In last week's episode, that you was
Ohio
trying to
people, I'm
thank.
sorry. I feel so bad. We get so many questions from people in Ohio, and we get on here and dog them.
He said you mentioned in last week's episode that you was trying to find faith in God and the things that the other guys had mentioned. Do you have any specific questions for them to try and help you? I'm in the same boat of feelings and would love advice myself.
Um, I mean, I think there's a. I mean, going through my mind, there's always a bunch of questions, but I'm sure it doesn't require as many as one would think. It's what I'm starting to learn. Um, yeah, I'm actually realizing just the day by day thing. Take a look here, look there, and I believe it's gonna come around, and hopefully sooner than later.
And I know that that one was directed specifically to Cal, but I would like to open the floor to say, since he said that he was in the same boat, anything you guys want to add? Any kind of advice that you want to give the listener or Cal?
You're looking at Taco on my screen. I didn't know.
Uh, My best advice is it's not about being perfect. It's about being willing to make a change and strive to be Christ-like. And that's doing the things he set out in the Gospels. It's not about trying to do everything picture perfect from the get-go. That's not the way that God uses us. Even the most famous people throughout the Bible, they weren't perfect when he used them. Noah was a drunkard. David was an adulteress or an adulterer. Uh, Saul played with witchcraft. Uh, all throughout the Bible, there were people that he used in mighty ways, but they weren't perfect to begin with. Even Samson, everybody knows the story of Samson. You know, the strength of 10 men and all that. And he committed sin from basically the day that he became a man until the day he died. And God still allowed him to beat his enemies and save the children of Israel. So quit trying to be perfect in the first place and just start seeking him in what you do. And like Angry Vent Nation said, you talk to him like he's your best friend, like you're just having a conversation with your friend. It doesn't have to be a big, flowery, you know, what's the best way to put it? A big thing when you say a prayer. It doesn't have to be like you're giving
Doesn't have to be
the
scripted.
prayer at mass or something.
Yeah.
It's you're having a conversation with the person who made you.
I think
He
my
loves you.
biggest advice is once you wrap your head around. Do I need to wait on Cal to get back?
And it's up to you.
I'm so behind on chat. While we're waiting on Cal to get back, I'm gonna get caught up on the chat. Um, I don't know. I'm just here for the ride. Said I never opened my Bible till mid-November, and I read it every day now, which is awesome sauce. Um, like you had mentioned, Vet said, talk to him like you're talking to a best friend. No fancy words, Mama says. And then the wife says, I'm really struggling a lot with feeling worthy. I struggled with reading the Bible, so I started watching The Chosen, and it was a game changer for me. Wait just a minute on Cal get back, because I know you mentioned to answer the reader or Cal, so that way at least he can hear it too. And for those wondering about the wife's messages up there about the hotline, she thinks Cal's voice sounds like he works the hotlines.
Are we talking like the
You know what hotlines I'm talking
phone
about.
bill? Yeah. Uh-huh. Keep your mind out the gutter, medic's wifey.
Which I thought
While
was
we're
hilarious.
waiting on Cal, we can go ahead and
Throw in some
talk
plugs.
about our sponsors here.
Yeah.
Hey, adventure, is your website stuck in the Stone Ages? Stop waving sticks around and let GoDaddy's AI-powered site builder do the heavy lifting. It's like having a party of wizards in your corner, but without all the fireballs accidentally hitting your teammates. Build smarter, not harder. Choose your quest. Need a site for your stream, a shop for epic merch? The AI has your back. With just a few clicks, your site will look so polished you'll think you looted it from a boss chest. Pro tip, you don't even need to know how to code. GoDaddy's AI Builder does it all for you, so you can spend less time stressing and more time gaming, streaming, and finally beating that dungeon. Exclusive deal alert. Use the code Beyond the Quest at checkout for 30% off. That's like a legendary discount for the price of a common potion. Ready to build your online kingdom? Head to GoDaddy.com now because the website this easy shouldn't be mythical. GoDaddy, where your site goes from meh to VIP faster than you can say critical hit. You know what, Taco? You know what? Mind your business.
You got another one to throw in, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Attention, heroes. You face the battlefield, the firehouse, and the mean streets, but now the real challenge begins setting up your stream without throwing your PC out the window. That's where Angry Vet Nation comes in. We're a nonprofit dedicated to getting veterans and first responders the funding, gear, and support they need to break into the world of streaming without breaking the bank or their patience. What we do, we hook you up with pro level streaming equipment, teach you how to go live without cursing out your router, and build a community of vets and first responders who truly get it. So whether you want to game, chat, or just rant how back in your day multiplayer meant split screen and actual eye contact, we've got your six. Ready to join the ranks? If you're a first responder or veteran, visit angryvetnation.org now and let's get you from combat boots to Twitch boots. Angry Vet Nation. Because the only thing you should be fighting now is bad Wi-Fi. Right, medic?
Yeah. Is that going to be like a permanent thing you throw at me now?
Yes, it is.
Speaking of Angry Vet Nation, their applications are back open.
They are back open.
If you are a first responder or a veteran, make sure you head over to angryvetnation.org and apply. Get on that list and let them hook you up. You will not be sorry. They are some of the best people in the world that could have your back. And speaking of advertisement,
They've already got 50 in the queue.
daggone. I love the fact that Angry Vet Nation's growing.
Oh, yeah.
What just happened?
What do you mean?
My stream's still on? Yeah, my stream's still on. Okay. It just flashed. Everything flashed.
But do you want me to go ahead, or you want me to still wait on Cal? Do you want to move on for right now?
I don't know.
If you can hold your thought, you can come back to it when Cal gets back.
Well, the thing is, the questions that we have to go through are either the new ones are either addressed to Cal or we've already answered. So
he's a popular failure.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the one that was addressed to Schizo, and he didn't even show tonight.
That pepper bag.
I am curious what that one is.
Oh, you didn't get the email of it?
I've not went through them. I've been editing videos.
Yeah, we don't have to answer it, but we can read it for him. If I can find the right one.
I have it right here.
Yeah. This one was addressed to Schizo, and it said, "This question reminded me of Schizo after your guys' last After Dark episode, so I had to ask it. Your superpower is that you can give phobias to people. What fun and interesting things would you make people afraid of?"
I would never wish a phobia of dolls on anybody. Just saying.
They must have really enjoyed Schizo's whole
superpowers.
yeah, either taking powers away from others or giving side effects to powers.
Napkins must be talking to children.
I do believe so.
Anyways. So do you want to
Something is ringing.
let everybody know that you have a meeting coming up, Napkins? What's he doing?
Something is
know.
ringing on my desk, and I don't know what it is.
I don't hear anything.
I don't either.
So it must not be loud. Your mic's not picking it up.
I'm so freaked out right now.
And you're in the dark.
I feel like I'm playing Demonologist right now. Okay, anywho, I don't know if I can.
Oh. Maybe you should do an ad plug real quick.
Have y'all ever just really wanted a strong mint?
What kind of mint?
You know, they come in these little tin cans.
Is it a life-changing mint?
It is a life-changing mint.
Can
It
it
might
do
even have you.
anything and everything?
It can do anything and everything. It might even have you scream "Uncle" whenever you pop one in your mouth because it's so strong.
Really?
Yes,
What kind of mints are you talking about?
I'm talking about Altoids.
That's
The
the
best
cure
thing
all.
since the best thing since sliced bread.
What gets you
Came
through
back
a
to
work
perfect
shift?
timing.
Altoids.
There he is. There's Cal.
Yeah, my
There may or may
apologies.
not be
problem, brother.
there may or may not be a meeting coming up with said company.
Yeah, Cal, we actually held off. Medic wanted to share his answer when you got back.
Oh, I was just gonna say. So the best advice that I can give. So the person that submitted the question and to Cal, don't focus on what you think he wants, because the only thing that Jesus wants is your heart. He doesn't care about looks and actions and behaviors and things. He wants your heart, and once you give him your heart, things change on their own. Behaviors change on their own. You feel conviction over things, and then just remembering that the whole point of the cross is a reminder of, we're gonna screw up. We're the cross is messy because we're messy, and remembering that the point of the cross is that he forgives us, and then that's the whole thing Jesus wants, is he wants your heart and to come to him for forgiveness.
I think I can do that.
I think I'm going insane. I'm freaking out, dude.
Maybe I should turn this ringer off.
If it's coming from you, I swear, after this show, I'm driving to your house just to
Yeah.
stick my big toe in your mouth.
Let me just turn this remote off.
All right. The next question comes from Jay.
It says
It is
ads
addressed-
are going to play in 25 seconds, but
I swear.
listen, I'm talking. That's just on my channel. So if you want to continue going, and if anybody's on my channel that starts seeing ads, they can switch to one of your alls.
Or, if they're watching using the multi Twitch, they can still see and hear it.
I'm walking into Walmart, legit LOLing.
I found what it was.
What was it?
It's our live chat.
So you're
Oh,
saying
good
it was
Lord.
Chad's fault the whole time?
It was Chad's fault. He didn't tell me to
Daggone
ring like a
Chad.
telephone.
Okay, or next question was from who?
Jay.
Jay. What up, Jay? I like
that's
that
about
letter.
As far as it got.
Yeah, Jay is from Texas. He lives on. Oh my gosh, the telephone has got me all kinds of tore up, guys. He listens on Apple Podcast. He's from Texas. It is addressed to Calystus, and it
Oh,
says,
no.
"You, sir, have such a captivating voice. Glad to hear how far you have came. Do you enjoy doing the show?"
Yes, I really do. It's something I never imagined doing in my life. Uh, speaking for people to hear, it's always been a fear of mine. But yeah, this is pretty amazing. I'm slowly climbing out of the shell.
You wasn't here for me to address my wife's comments in the chat earlier. She is a fan of your voice, and she said that it reminds her that you work the hotlines. And you know what hotlines I'm talking about.
I think I probably could. From the positive feedback I've gotten.
Speaking of, Mama actually commented, "Told you," whenever Napkins read the message about your captivating voice.
No, man.
I'm telling you, yes, you did. Don't you lie, wife. Because I even said, Or, well, I ain't gonna say what I said. We're gonna move on.
It's 99% the mic.
So I'm going to go to our live question. They did not say where they listen. I know that they listen from the US. It tells me that much. They did not give me their name or what they listen on, but they said, I do have a question followed by a statement. How does one refine themselves after losing faith in themselves? I do believe in faith and spirituality in a religious standpoint. When I was reading the scripture day to day, I connected with it in many ways. It made me feel at peace with myself. But lately, I've been struggling to find the willpower to continue with myself in my journey.
I think everybody hits those moments too, of uh, kind of like almost like stagnant moments of just feeling like it's so hard to press forward. My advice, what I do, um, I find really good worship songs that hit. You know what I mean? Like there are some songs that just when you hear them, like you feel those words because even though you can't come up with the words to say, it's like it's speaking it for you. There's a song Brandon Lake put out called "Hard Fought Hallelujah," and I think that song alone explains those moments that we go through, even when it's so hard for you to be able to raise your hands. But that's all you have to bring is your hallelujah, and I think it also goes back to remembering like he just wants your heart, you know, and the whole point of the cross is forgiveness. Even whenever you're struggling and you're finding it so hard to find yourself again or to press forward and things, remembering the cross and what happened at the cross, and not just that, but what happened at the grave after the cross is what helps you press forward.
Yeah, from the question itself, I'm not entirely sure if they simply mean struggling, with their faith, or if they meant all around. If you are struggling with like a desire to continue going and you're thinking some dark thoughts, definitely get some help before it gets worse.
There is absolutely nothing wrong with reaching out and talking to people.
Yeah,
Absolutely nothing. And that is one thing that this group wants to try and do is to have a community that if anybody is going through anything, we're always here. We have a Discord linked in our Twitches. Jump on that Discord, send a message to one of us. One of us are always online to be able to talk to.
go through the Facebook if you need to. We all have access to that as well. If it's simply you're kind of struggling with your faith, yeah, like Medic said, find like worship songs that really hit to give you that encouragement to actually hit your knees and start praying. A lot of times that's our biggest problem when it comes to our faith is we aren't attempting to pray. We're not attempting to push through our problems. We're attempting to just, well, God, you're supposed to make everything better. That's not what it said. It said it will be a struggle at times. It will be difficult at times, but you know that you're going to overcome in the end. Sometimes you have to put in the work. It's no different than if you play any sports or anything like that. You've got to put in the work or you're not going to win.
Well said, sir.
He never promised you didn't have to go through the fire, but he promised he would go through it with you.
Straight up.
Um, my advice, again, like Taco said, if you're talking more on losing your willpower to continue day to day, reach out to somebody, anybody. And you don't have to tell them what's going on. It can be as simple as picking up the phone and calling somebody just to talk to somebody.
Right.
It can be as simple as FaceTiming somebody just so that you have another face to look at to get those thoughts out of your head. If it is if you're talking more along the lines of religious and faith based, I agree with what everybody else has said. Really cry out to God. Talk to him like he is your best friend.
I've had conversations with God like he is a bro, like he is one of you all, and I've had conversations where it's I want to say more traditional praying and talking to him, and then I've also had conversations where I bury myself down in the couch, or I've buried myself down in between a wall and a bed and stuck my face in a pillow and just cried and wailed, talking to God. He hears every cry. He hears everything whenever you're talking to him. I mean, it's a lot of the times we wonder if he's still there, if he's still listening, but we always forget to ask if we're listening for his response, if we're looking for his response. And it sounds kind of cliche, especially because on Beyond the Quest, I was talking about how these things right here, these phones can be such torment and disasters towards everything. But there's been a lot of the times where, I've had those moments of, and not just talking about spirituality, but talking about, struggling with wanting to press on day to day and flipping through reels and stuff and random clips from people preaching messages that just they hit on exactly what I'm going through, and it helps me.
Another good song to listen to is "Don't You Give Up on Me." That's
It's a very good song, sir. Don't don't give
music.
up on me by Brandon Lake.
Yes, sir. Music can be very therapeutic, but it can also be very dangerous
Yeah.
if you're going through a dark time.
Yes, sir. I had a thought that come to me the other day while I was reading. Our pastors the last two Sundays he's kind of touched on the same message about Peter stepping out of the boat and everything. And I was reading the other day about the boat, about that whole story and where it's mentioned in the Bibles and things. And the thought that come to me was, they were in a storm and they were going through a lot of trouble and things. But a boat doesn't sink by the water that surrounds it. A boat sinks by the water that's inside of it. And I think a lot of the times it depends on what we're allowing in to bother us is what starts to bring us down so much. And then we struggle and forgetting on how to get the water out of the boat.
Pretty good.
Not to mention, just finding friends that just hang out with, just talk to. Some days whenever I'm just so blah and I don't want to do anything, I come in here, hop on, and Cal's on, and the other fellers are on, and I hop in Discord, and Cal's distinguished voice say howdy howdy, or I'm instantly in a better mood.
And that's like I said, if you're not in our Discord, it's been mentioned. If you're not in our Discord, join it. We have a voice channel that's called Hanging Out. It is a public voice channel. Anybody in our Discord can hop in. If we're in that channel and you're going through something or you just want to hang out, hop in, talk to us.
Yeah,
We're just regular guys.
we're
If we're
average.
if we're doing something like a special video where we're recording or something, we're going to be in a private channel where you're not going to see us. So you ain't got to worry about coming on and being on the podcast or coming on and being on a live stream because we don't do those in the public channels.
Yeah,
So you can always message us. You can always join the voice chats on there. I mean, that's what we're striving to build, a community where everybody's safe and feels included.
right.
Well, I know it might not be faith based, but you know, what's it been? 15 years since I met you guys. It's been
What?
one heck of a
Yeah,
ride.
has it been 15 years?
It's something close, maybe 14 or so.
Daggone.
But you guys have pulled me out of the ditch more times than I could even count, and that's from other things. And can't thank y'all enough.
Bro, you've been there for me too. I know I've 1 o'clock in the morning. I've reached out to you before, and you've been there to help talk to me. I mean, that's what I want this community that we're growing to be. Someone's always there. Because I know life sucks. Sometimes things just suck, and you just need somebody to talk to.
That's right.
Next question comes from Nicole. She addressed it to everyone. She listens on Spotify from Tennessee. Them onions got mama.
Kleenex, please.
And Nicole says, first, I love how real the show is. You can tell there's nothing fake about it, and I love that. It's so down to earth. My question is, how do you carry out your day and still let being a Christian come first? I know it's an important thing, but how do you make sure at the end of the day you always let that be your number one thing?
This was the one that I talked about where first and foremost you have to know what the Bible says a Christian is supposed to be to begin with. So the most important thing is showing love to others. Whether you agree with them or get along with them or not, you still have to show love. And as long as you're putting that first and foremost and trying to make sure everything you do brings, at the very least, brings honor to Jesus and what he asks of you, and brings honor to God, you're already on the right direction.
Well said, sir. Making sure that he's at the center of everything you do. Like I had mentioned on the Beyond the Quest episode, at the end of every one of my recordings or streams, love y'all, Jesus loves you more. As long as I can at least tell one person that Jesus loves them, I feel like I'm at least getting to help spread it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, to take a note from Schizo, he always uses John 3:16. Every time he's on stream with us or on his own, he will either mention it or quote it verbatim. And as popular as that one is and well known and everything, I often like to point out to people that, the very next verse is pretty great too. For I came into the world not to destroy it, but that through me it may be saved.
Right.
For me, what I mentioned on Beyond the Quest is there is no such thing as a perfect Christian. You're going to fall short daily. But as long as you let his conviction correct you and you learn from it and you ask for forgiveness at the end of the day and you don't keep repeating the same thing and ignoring his conviction, then you're doing what a Christian should do. You should strive every day to be Christ-like. You should strive every day to be the best Christian that you can be. Sometimes flesh is going to get in the way. It happens.
Sometimes you want to beat other people's children. I get what you're saying.
But just you got to learn from it and strive to do better the next day. You got to take it one day at a time.
Right. Well said, sir.
Our next was I'm kind of trying to throw some new ones in with the old ones so that the people that are listening that listen to Beyond the Quest don't get bored of the Q&A. So this question was submitted after our wonderful friend Chad added the option, and it was specified to be read on Beyond the Quest After Dark. It is from Nathaniel. It is addressed to everyone. He listens on Apple Podcast, and he is from the United Kingdom.
Daggone.
Man.
And he says, I find it so interesting how much alike you guys are. Have you guys always been close? How do you handle conflicts in the group? Is there anyone that is dedicated to be a leader of the group?
Well, I'll toot my own horn here. No, I could go the really cliche side of it and say, me, Napkins, and Taco are we're all blood brothers and been raised up together. But Cal is just as much my brother as they are. Schizo is just as much my brother as they are. Um, we don't always get along. We don't always agree. Sometimes Taco's hateful and complains. Sometimes Napkin's just a butthead. Sometimes Cal just ditches us, you know. But at the end
And
of the
refuses to
day,
turn on his mic.
we're a brotherhood, and we all have the same goal, and that's just trying to help people the best way we can. And this is the best way we know how to do it. Is our group that we started with gaming. We all love to game. The podcast kind of just happened, and to be honest with you, it's grown to be like one of the highlights of my week, and I think it's one of the best outreaches that we have going for us. And as far as leaders in the group, Napkins does the majority of behind the scenes for everything for us. He is always the one that talks for the group with people and organizations and things and setting things up. He's our IT guy as well, and constantly have to connect to one of our computers or PCs and fix things, and then we mess it up again and he has to do it again. But
Gets on his daggum audio.
I'm telling you,
Every single time.
but I would say that as far as conflicts go, we're all brothers. Brothers fight sometimes, but at the end of the day, you're brothers and you should love each other. I love every one of these dudes.
Damn right.
I pretty much second everything he said. Brothers are gonna fight, and there are times that we do fight and argue, but um, most of everything that we do, we will join a call like this. Well, not like this, but on our Discord in a private room, and we'll say, "Okay, guys, here's the situation," and we'll vote on it, and majority rules. Um, as far as technic technically technicalities, there are named leaders of the group, but that's just a piece of paper. It doesn't really necessarily mean anything. It's just something that had to be in place for sponsorship reasons.
Cal, Taco, anything to say on it?
Yeah, Napkins is he's still a leader role. Any problems there ever is,
He's the Mr. Fix It man.
yes.
Now he's looking like Mr. Clean if he got rid of that beard.
Yeah, I would say that as far as leaders go, Napkins and Medic both kind of fill that role for us. Medic's a bit more outgoing than the rest of us as far as his personality goes, and Napkins is much more managerial in his mindset, so he tends to keep things more organized than the rest of us tend to. So they kind of handle that role for us, but yeah, we tend to do everything as a group decision regardless. So yeah, we do occasionally.
Mama says, but gosh
Butt
darn,
heads,
this
but-
mama loves them all.
We do occasionally butt heads, but we work through it and we keep going.
Yeah, once we're butting heads and everybody realizes it ain't like me be wrong, we get over
Yeah, it doesn't last long.
it.
Brad, can we get the contact forms? Can we get those emails silenced while we're live? Because it's going crazy over here.
Taco, did you just make up a word?
No. Managerial?
I think my
It's-
wife forgot English.
It's another word that can be used interchangeably with managerial. I just hate the way managerial sounds. It doesn't sound
It's
correct.
like a
to me.
walking dictionary. Napacano.
Let's see here.
Let's say,
There's so many choices.
so many choices.
We just read a question from a guy from the UK, and already you're throwing out the accent.
I didn't even realize it. My bad.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't either. Bobby from Tennessee listens on Spotify. He addressed this to EM Taco, and he says, "You've mentioned that you know a lot of lore on games and things. What would you rank your top 3 favorite lore for either games, movies, or books, and or why?"
I won't go into as much detail about them again since I answered it yesterday, but top 3 goes Star Wars, the Dresden Files, and what was the third one I had mentioned?
You don't even remember.
I'm trying to. My mind blanked as soon as I started listing them. I honestly can't remember what the third one was now.
Cal, do you have a favorite lore?
I mean, of course, Star Wars because I'm into
Nerd.
space. I love space, planets, other galaxies and all that stuff. It's always been a major thing of mine. I can't get into Star Trek, even though it was kind of the same thing. Star Wars just
No, it's
that
cool.
always hit home with me. Um, I don't know, dude. I never even thought about that. I like a lot of stuff.
The third one was The Forgotten Realms for Dungeons and Dragons. I remembered it.
I said I liked Harry Potter.
Oh, Harry Potter, man! Back when I was in high school, I had this thick book. I
Are
forget.
you a Harry Potter fan?
I used to be.
What do you mean
I-
used to be?
Well, I
What's
had
a Harry
this-
Potter fan? Always a Harry Potter fan.
Well, see, this was the only book that I had. It was thick. It was like 2 inches thick. It was leather bound, and I read the hell out of that book.
You're such a
And-
muggle if you're not a fan.
I was a very big fan back in the beginning.
I think
You know, I
Schizo had
would say,
mentioned, was it Elder Scrolls
Yeah,
Lore?
you mentioned that one.
that he was a fan of?
I
Napkins
would
doesn't like
say-
lore.
I would say Cal's probably the only one of us who doesn't actually know what their Hogwarts house would be according to. Is it Pottermore still, or did they change the name of the website?
I don't remember.
Because I'm pretty sure Napkins knows his due to that. And I know you and I do.
He would be a Slytherin.
Yeah, I was a Slytherin.
Hey, so was I.
Next question comes from Jay. This is a different Jay from the first Jay.
What up, other Jay?
It's addressed to everyone. They listen on Apple Podcast from Canada. We have a lot of Apple and Spotify listeners. They say, first of all, love the show. You guys keep it real and are hilarious. Was curious if you guys ever had the chance to make it a living doing this, a podcast or a talk show online full time. Would you do it? Or is this something that you just started and do for fun?
This
I
is
would
definitely
absolutely
fairly new.
do it.
Absolutely. 100%. Signed,
Oh,
sealed,
yeah.
delivered. It's done. Altoids sponsor us and we'll do it.
Did you give up
If
on
you're-
Dr. Pepper?
If you're a coffee company and you make good coffee, sponsor us and we'll do it.
Hey, what's that one? The coffee.
There's Death Wish. There's Black Rifle.
Black Rifle. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, made by former veterans and first responders.
Yep.
That's what I thought. I remember hearing about them.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. Hit us up, sponsor. Trying to help Napkins with the plugs. Would you do it full time, Cal?
If
Napkins, read chat just so you know.
With who, Vet?
Who did we just talk about? All right, sorry to interrupt you, Cal.
Oh, you're good. I mean, if this is something everybody wanted to do, I'm slowly creeping out of the shell. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed.
Listen, I used to be extremely shy. Very, very shy. And Then I got into EMS, and that went out the window. Like you learn quick. You just have to be blunt and just. Some people are just. You just gotta blah. You know what I mean? And then eventually your shell goes away.
Yeah, I've been watching and
Mama
learning.
says you're lying there, medic. She
Lies,
says
you've always been a ham. You just call me fat. I am a little chunky. He's doing fatherly things.
Oh,
What does that mean? I've always been a ham. What does that mean?
You've
What if I
always
want to be a
liked-
turkey leg?
you've always liked getting attention, is what being a ham means.
Lies. When have I loved attention? Actually, don't answer that.
Apologize for the interruption. I do remember somebody almost going to jail at college.
To be fair, that was your fault. I was following what would Napkins do, and I was
So-
too committed.
Even your wife says that's a lie. and
Oh,
Mama
I have to
followed it
tell
up
my
and
mom.
always
I do
told
have
you
to. I do have to tell
you
my
could be
mom real
another
quick
Jim
from that
Carrey.
comment. I remember when I was younger, and she lied to me, because she told me I was going to grow up and get rich acting stupid like Jim Carrey, and I've yet to get there.
Have yet to get rich.
Exactly. Keep acting stupid and nothing happening.
All right. I apologize for my brief interruption.
Oh, it's fine. You were doing fatherly duties.
This next question is to be addressed on Beyond the Quest After Dark, so here we are.
Yeah.
It is from Jake. It is addressed to everyone. He listens on Apple Podcast from South Carolina.
What up, Jake?
Hey.
And he says, what's some upcoming things you all have planned?
Upcoming things. Well, the YouTube channel is full of tons of content.
Yep.
Trying to get videos out weekly on different things. Got Dark Tide on there that me and Taco and Cal's been doing. It's not
Yep.
been so successful since Cal joined.
That was terrible.
We have started recording some Return to Moria.
Yep.
Haven't got all those videos quite together yet. I did recently just download a video of Cal doing a solo hardcore character on Path of Exile 2.
Oh no.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So I got that to work on editing. And Vet is right. We have a fast food simulator series coming soon that I'm
yeah.
very excited for. That
I am as
Napkins will get to live his dream of being a manager at a fast food restaurant to tell us what to do.
This is true.
Besides upcoming things, I don't know. We've still been kind of back and forth on if we want to try and plan to do like a group thing this year and maybe do like an in-person podcast episode, or just trying to hold off on it for right now. We're just kind of taking things as they come.
We are also in the talks with our wonderful sponsor, Angry Vet Nation, to possibly host some sort of charity event. So be on the
Yes.
lookout for that.
Yes.
More details to come.
That'd be amazing.
Yes, sir.
As far as the podcast, I ain't gonna lie to you. There really is no plan. We get on here and we wing it every
It's
episode.
organized chaos. I've heard somebody explain
Yes.
it as that before.
That's a good term.
Yeah, it's an apt description.
And keep in mind, besides Napkins being like pretty IT savvy, we started this thing and been winging it as we go. Chicken winging all the way, man.
Next question comes from Tate. It's addressed to everyone. He listens on Spotify from North Carolina.
Woo!
And he
Tate.
said, what 90s cartoon villain would you be and why? If you don't have one, then a villain from any show.
I am Mojo Jojo.
I have to ask, is that because you would be that villain or just because you enjoy doing the impersonation?
Because I'd want to run around saying I am Mojo Jojo.
Fair.
I mean, who wouldn't want to do that? You're a talking monkey.
It's true. I would be torn between Batman the Animated Series take on Joker and Scar from Lion King.
Why would you want to be Scar?
Mostly just because of the voice actor. I think he nailed the job so well that it just sounds amazing.
Okay, let's hear some other people here.
I'd go with Vegeta, Dragon Ball Z.
Oh,
Is that
The
classified
villain
as a villain?
he starts off
was.
as a villain and then he turns reluctant hero. So
Yeah,
I'll give him
90s
that.
villain. That was 90s era.
I mean, 90s
He's
for us here
Florida.
in the U.S., but for most of the world, it
He
was
become a
80s.
good guy.
Yeah, he did.
He married and settled down. Now, if you would have said like Majin Buu, then maybe.
I would have had to ask why Majin Buu out of the three big villains.
I don't know. That was the first one to come to mind. Napkins.
You kind of took mine.
You can be Mojo Jojo,
Yeah, I would probably
but
say
you gotta
Mojo
say it
Jojo.
right.
Mojo Jojo.
Nice getting there, Taco.
It was whining. It was the only way to get it to quit.
Oh, shit.
So if you're gonna be Mojo Jojo, I've got to change it now, and I would have to go with. I'm trying to think back to '90s cartoons. The Mr. Ooze guy from Power Rangers movie.
Avenues.
Yep, Avenues.
Oh.
To any of our listeners who might be listening, what supervillain would you be?
Yeah, Vet. What '90s supervillain would you be? Do you want to know why I picked Mojo Jojo? Really?
Yeah.
Why?
The dude just wanted to get some stuff from the grocery store. That's all he wanted. Other villains are out here, with a purpose to destroy everything and kill people. And that poor feller just wanted to get some eggs and milk and stuff from the grocery store. Joker, definitely. Interesting.
I could see it.
I do have to say that the X-Men animated series, Magneto's got a pretty high ranking for me as well.
I'm surprised you didn't go Star Wars.
Teletubby.
Mama, I gotta agree that would classify as a 90s villain.
Pinky Winky and Poe. Wait, who else was it? Lala? Who? I don't even remember the Teletubbies names.
Oh, those are terrifying.
But they make you feel good because there's a baby laughing in the sun.
That's probably even more terrifying for you, Mr. Dollophobia.
Listen, you know what I missed from when I was younger? Gullah Gullah Island.
I'm surprised Mama didn't go with Oompa Loompa.
True.
Yeah, Mama is terrified of Oompa Loompas.
Oompa Loompa Doopity.
Doopity-doo. I have a perfect riddle for you.
Hey, if one of them walked up on you, you're going to be terrified. I wouldn't know what the hell to do.
A short little orange man with green hair. Yeah.
If I don't kick it, I'm going to die. Those things are terrifying.
Our next question comes from Sherry. It's addressed to everyone. She listens on Apple Podcast from Kentucky.
Woo!
And she says, first of all, I love the show. It's very unpredictable and makes you wanting to hear more. My question is for everyone. Are you happy with where you are in life? Anything you would change?
I'm happy where I am in life and where I'm going.
Blessed and highly favored.
I thought you said flavored at first, and it took me a minute.
I'm also
Okay,
happy where I'm at. Got a new house. The family's safe. I have great neighbors. I couldn't ask for more. That's a true blessing.
Yeah, my neighbors, they some people's kids, you know what I mean?
So the person circling back, this is a live chat situation, so I'm bringing it back up. The person who asked a live question earlier about the refinding themselves, they just now sent their statement that they said that they were going to add. And they said, there is a war in my head, a battle in my heart, and a fire in my soul, but I can't seem to get out of out of my chains. I'm neither bound nor shackled in terms of life, but I've yet to find a way to soar among greater things. I feel as if I'm dragged, but not due to weight, but of fear. I feel like I wander in circles doing the same thing over and over again, but in a different way each time. I have many vices, but they do not define me. I would love to find a way to refine myself, and I have been pulling too many things. I have chased careers and love, but they don't exactly work out. What would be a good way to restart or begin anew? And it kind of cuts off.
Surrender. You start with surrendering. Um, and, you know, when you have chains and things, it's not that you have to break your chains. It's that you trust him, that when he breaks them, you don't pick the things up and walk. And he can break your chains, but when you continue
put
to
'em
walk
back on.
pulling a hold of them, there's no point in him breaking them if you're not going to let go of them. How you start over and find yourself and things, you surrender, you find your joy and your peace in him, and then you follow him and let him place things in your life and where you need to go and what you need to do. I'm still in the process of doing it. I think everybody is constantly in the process of still trying to continue to better themselves and to follow him and to find themselves in doing so. No, like Napkins mentioned earlier, nobody is perfect, and everybody is far from being perfect. Uh, I've dealt with a whole lot of things in my life and tried to overcome a whole lot of things in my life. I still struggle with, uh, for example, certain addictions and letting go of them. I still struggle with wrapping my mind around the peace that he can give you mentally. But when you say that you're bound by fear, one thing that I will say to you is to remember that fear is not an emotion, that it is a thought. Because when you walk into a pitch black room and you immediately start thinking somebody's watching you or somebody's going to do this and that, that's a thought that started in your head that you run with. It is not an emotion that you are bound by. And realizing that God is freedom and God is peace, and he gave us all free will, and that's not just to make your mind up on what choices you want to go with, but also on what things you think about and on what things that you're going to dwell on. Um, and it, like they said in the chat, going back to what was said earlier, sometimes the boat has to be flipped over to get the water out, then turn it back upright and pray and let God be God.
Yeah, even Jesus told us that you have to come to him as humble as a child. And sometimes that means admitting to God, hey, God, I can't do this on my own. I need your help. And crying out to him. Uh, my advice is definitely start praying and seeking as much as you can. If you struggle with praying for more than a minute or so, find worship music that really gets you in that mindset, like was mentioned earlier. A suggestion that I would have for a song, especially if you're feeling like you're struggling with being chained up, is uh, Shake Yourself Loose by Vicky Winans. That song, something about it, every time I hear it, I get pumped up and fired up, and I feel like I could shout and run a marathon listening to it.
That and the song "Worn." Um, it's a really good one too.
I'm going to say fear is a liar.
Statement or song?
Both. Um, because I honestly believe it. You know, you got to get over that fear.
Yeah.
Um, I seen some every time there's a certain saying on Facebook, and every time I see it, I reshare it. Just because it's so true, and it says, "Remember that change that you're scared to make might be the change God is wanting you to make." Sometimes the fear that you're 99% of the time, I would say, that fear that you're feeling is fear that the enemy is putting in your head to try and stop you from doing exactly what God wants you to do.
Right.
If
And
there's
you know,
something,
if you think about that statement you said, that fear is a lie. Lies are not emotions; they're thoughts. That's what I was kind of talking about. When people talk about fear and things, it's simply in your head that you were thinking that you were scared of something. I don't think that fear is an emotion at all, because like you said, fear is a liar. Fear is something that everybody lets hold them back from doing anything, doing whatever that they want to do, or what they feel like they're called to do and things. And whenever you give in to the fear and you don't do it and you let it hold you back, it won.
I agree with that. You fear something and, you know, it's held you back for a long time. When you actually do that thing you feared, it it is a thought because it meant nothing. You can do those things that you feared. It's that's another a thought.
And then, like, Taco mentioned, he told us to come to him with the humility of a child. He doesn't say to be childish, he says to have the humility of a child. And that's one thing I think that a lot of people struggle with, is they want to try and adult too much, especially when it comes to their their spiritual walk or their faith walk and things. And it goes back to God just wants your heart. You surrender and you give him everything, and then you trust him to lead. The wife says, when you turn it over to God, give it all to him. Don't keep your hand on it and keep worrying about it, because you aren't letting God take care of it. You're still trying to find the answer yourself, and he already has them. I think
I've
he's
been praying. I know I'll find him soon. Well, he's already found me. I just gotta accept.
truth. That's a mic drop itself, sir.
I'm I'm slowly. Uh, I'm getting there. I know it.
I think you're still muted, Napkins.
can you hear me
Yes,
now? We must have answered their question pretty good, because after that they got off. So we'll move on. Next one comes from Eric. He's from Ohio and he listens on Spotify. He addressed this to everyone. What is one of the most embarrassing things you
Oh
all have
gosh.
done? I don't know why, but I'm interested in hearing the answers. Love the show, guys, and much respect and appreciation to you and all that you do.
The most embarrassing thing you've ever done. Cal.
Oh no.
Don't worry, Schizo told everybody about him checking somebody out to find out it was a dude.
I, I mean, there were many to think of, but I think it was middle school. There was a dance, and I went and asked this girl to dance, and she said no, so I left, and I called my pap to come get me. I was like, I can't be here anymore. I gotta go. It was so embarrassing because everybody was watching.
Well, at least you didn't marry, divorce, and marry the same woman back to divorce again.
Yeah, the example that I gave was probably about 10 months ago at work after having been over 36 hours with no sleep. Me and my partner stopped to get fuel and went in, got drinks and stuff. We come out, got back in the truck, got over to the station, and realized that neither of us thought to take the fuel hose back out of the gas tank, and we pulled it right off.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we had to run it back over there to him. It's pretty embarrassing.
I burnt my hair and my eyebrows once when I was younger. I was cold and I ran up to the kerosene heater trying to warm up. And like everything was singed away.
You also almost burn our room down with a candle.
Who would have thought you can't put cardboard in a candle? It's fine. Mama saved the day.
Yeah, because I almost made it worse. My thought was put water on it, and that just shattered the jar.
You spritzed water on it.
There was one of us, we were eating at a Shoney's once.
Oh,
We went up for dessert and come back with
I
a
know what
plate
you're
full
talking
of
about.
butter and sour cream.
yeah, they had the butter and sour cream right next to the pudding, and I thought that I got whipped cream to go on top of the pudding, and turns out, nope.
And
Yeah.
yes, you're right, Mom. I did smoke a pack of cigarettes behind a door when I was little. But you know what? I got through them pretty quick, and you didn't know for a while. I was good at hide and seek.
All right. We got 2 more to get through.
Uh-huh.
Next question comes from Anonymous.
Anonymous.
They listen on Spotify. It's addressed to everyone. This was one that was addressed on Beyond the Quest, but it says, needing advice. Me and my boyfriend have been fighting a lot, and I just feel that as if though he doesn't appreciate me anymore. All he does is stay glued to his phone nonstop, even when our kids want attention. Do you think he is seeing someone else or just doesn't care anymore about me and the kids? How should I continue with this relationship? Cal?
Well, I haven't been in a relationship in a long time, but if your other is glued to a phone, always seems like texting, that's kind of like a red flag to me. If things aren't going well between you two and they're stuck to their phone,
Disconnected.
yeah. Yeah, it doesn't seem like a good thing at all.
I definitely say sit down and talk to your partner about what's going on, like how if the kids are wanting attention or need attention, put the phone down. Take care of the kids. You're a parent. That's part of your job.
I think we mentioned before it may have been on the actual Beyond the Quest, there was something we were answering before about, you have obligations, as a father or as a spouse or boyfriend or whatever that should come first. And if that phone is coming first, then you've lost sight of your obligations in the first place. And there's nothing wrong with realizing that and resetting and starting over. But until you can see that point of it, then you're kind of just stuck.
Yeah, well, I think when it comes to a family, devices, for the parents down, You know, whatever's needed to happen, you do that for your family.
I think the advice I pretty much gave was have an adult conversation with them, and that's going to tell you a lot. I think if they get extremely defensive, um, chances are there probably is something going on.
Yeah, a major conversation
Um,
that'll say a lot.
but I think Angry Vet Nation mentioned it yesterday. Set some time down, some electronics free time to spend with family every day.
I would
But
agree with that.
ultimately, you're going to have a conversation with them. And if you can't have trust and you can't have communication, you can't have a relationship.
Yep, no
True.
trust, no relationship.
Hang on, Napkins. Say it again.
If you can't have trust and you can't have communication, you can't have a relationship.
I got you.
It was spoken with the gavel. Therefore, the
It
rule.
has been written.
It has been written in the scrolls of life.
That's no joke.
Before we touch on the last one, I just want to give a shout out to our wonderful sponsor again, Angry Vet Nation. It's truly a brotherhood beyond the battlefield. For veterans and first responders, service isn't just a job. It's a way of life. It's the long nights, the hard fights, and the unbreakable bonds forged in fire. But when the uniform comes off, when the call signs go silent, that sense of purpose, that family, it can feel distant. Angry Vet Nation is here to change that. We're more than just a nonprofit. We're a community, a brotherhood, a place where those who've given everything can find support, connection, and a new mission. Through funding, equipment, and training, we help veterans and first responders step into the world of streaming. Not just to game, but to reconnect, to share stories, and to remind each other you're never alone. Because the battle may be over, but the bond never breaks. If you've ever felt lost after service, if you've missed the camaraderie, if you just need a team that truly understands, you found it. You found your home. This is it. Join us and get the tools, the training, and the family that always has your six. Visit angryvetnation.org and start your next chapter today. Angry Vet Nation, because once you're family for life.
Word. I could
Mama
not
says
put
they're
into
truly
words
amazing people.
of how thankful I am that we are part of the Angry Vet Nation.
Yeah,
Truly
that's a
could not.
blessing.
They is family.
I can't believe we came this far, fellers. It's
Talking
And the
been
about
one
journey
hell of a
ain't over.
ride.
giving some love, that brings us to our last submission. It is addressed to everyone. They listen on Spotify. Did not say where they listen from. It was submitted anonymously, and it says, "This isn't really a question or advice, really. Just wanted to say thank you guys for the show, especially the After Dark spinoff. I was stuck in a dark place, and just listening to you all talk, give advice, and laugh has helped me with situations I was going through. And I finally see the light at the end of the tunnel. This group has been a blessing, even if you all didn't know it. Much love from a very appreciative fan."
Daggone onions are back.
If you could help one person, it's more than worth it.
That's very true.
And them submitting that is more of a blessing than they'll ever know.
Yeah. Dang it.
Truly makes me happy to know that us ding dongs can get on here and yeah, we're average, we're just here. We're just here to help, and as long as we can help at least one person, all of it's worth it. All the editing, all the everything, getting it all together and going live, and all the Wi-Fi struggles and aggravation that comes with it. Sometimes it is worth it.
It is helping one single person is worth everything.
If you I said this on Beyond the Quest, and I'm gonna repeat it here. That's our ultimate goal. That's our ultimate mission, is to help people. Whether that's help them financially, help them spiritually, help them with advice, or just be there for them. That's the goal. If you have something that you wanna reach out to us about, go to beyondthequest.com, hit the contact us button. You can stay anonymous, as you've heard. You can also be on the show. There's a button on there you can hit that says you want to be on the show. You can email info at beyondthequest.com or btq at slimchancegaming.com. Check out our Facebook at Slim Chance Gaming and our YouTube at Slim Chance Gaming Crew. We are also on TikTok at Beyond the Quest Podcast. So there's all kinds of ways to reach out to us.
Word.
And that will wrap up the what do we call it? Questers contact, Questers feedback.
You don't even know.
I don't. We'll figure it out.
Questers questions.
Questers questions. That wraps that up. I just refreshed it. There's no new one, so that's it for this episode of Questers questions.
I'm gonna get tongue tied trying to remember that one. Whew. But I will say, people submitting the questions or just wanting advice, or even if they're just submitting and thanking for the show and things, it helps more than what they know, because one, the Q&A in these episodes are by far my favorite part, because you never know what you're gonna get, like a box of chocolates. And then two, like the one that we just read about being on the phone and things all the time, it also gives me things to think about in my life. Since we read it on Beyond the Quest, I've been checking myself, like how often am I on my phone, like when I'm around my kids? How often am I showing attention to my phone when I should be to them and things? So it helps me too.
It also kind of makes you think, where people can do it anonymously. It's kind of like, I wonder if I know this person.
Anonymous. Maybe people just have the same name. Oh, and a shout out to, was it Long Spear 84 that was on Beyond the Quest yesterday from South Africa.
Yeah.
And chatted with us. That was pretty awesome.
Oh wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm going to give a shout out to all of our listeners. Last episode of
Damn
Beyond
right.
the Quest After Dark.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pulling it up right now so I can get a real-time reading. Chad, don't break the bot. 1,550 streams just on podcasting platforms for last week's episode.
Daggone.
That's
That's
amazing.
That is awesome.
It's way beyond anything I ever thought.
We also did a promo video, is what I call them. We did one of McMedic's advice on last episode of After Dark, and it reached 8,332 streams on TikTok.
Oh,
So
dang.
it blew you out of the water, Cal.
Hey, I'm glad. I don't want to be on the top rung.
That is mind blowing.
That's fantastic.
And as long as it helps somebody that listen to it, it's worth it.
Yeah, that's all that matters. That's what we're here for.
We just here.
Just so you know, we have listeners in the United States, Australia, Canada, the United Kingdom, Germany, and where was that other one? Come on. I said Canada.
Oh. Was it Russia?
There's another one, but it ain't showing up. Yeah, there it is. Russia, and one listener in Israel.
Hey, you go, one listener in Israel.
Yeah.
That is awesome. It's an awesome sauce.
It is.
So, now that we're through the Q&A, Cal, what's on the brain? You were supposed to bring some hard questions last week, and you didn't. And then this week you
Well,
didn't even
I'll
bring the
have 'em
camera.
next week.
I do have one thing.
Okay.
If anybody, this is a piece of advice that I've gotten as a kid, and it's spanned my entire life, and I'll never stray from it. I think it was probably over 22 years ago. My grandfather, he uh he wouldn't pick me up, take me back home because I was hanging out somewhere else. And as soon as I hopped in the truck, he said, "It's easy to be a bad guy. It's hard to be a good guy. Always take the hard route and be that good guy." He said it would make my life a lot better. I've always done that. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that advice. It was something that I I think I was like 12, 13 years old when he told me, and that stuck with me for life, and it's something I'll never forget, and I'll never stop doing that.
And I have to say, you have like one of the biggest hearts ever.
I can only
So I
try.
would say that you've been living it. You've been living it up.
One can only try. That's all I can do.
It's all anybody can do is try.
Yep.
Yep.
And I'll never stop trying. And that's where I want I want my faith involved as well, because I know I could do much more.
You can make it happen, Captain.
Yeah, I'll get there, brothers. Thanks to y'all. I can't can't appreciate and say thank you enough.
Hey, we always here for anybody.
Yep, that's no joke.
Taco, what's on the brain?
I don't really have nothing on my brain. I've already mentioned
Oh
the one
yeah,
thing I thought of.
you and Batman. uh, napkins. What's on the brain?
Um, there's a lot on my brain. It's a scary place.
Can be for a lot of people. Me too.
Indeed.
Only thing I really got to say is to our listeners, to everybody that tunes in, whether it be live or on the podcast, I just want to say thanks. As I've said many times, this has been a dream since high school, and uh, I'm actually going to read this. Full disclosure, this was made with the help of ChatGPT, but it really kind of hit home. I'm going to pull the onions back. So,
No, no.
to everyone that has tuned in, to our incredible listeners, from the very first episode to every late night deep dive, you've been the heart and soul of Beyond the Quest. Whether you've tuned in for the laughs, the real talk, or just to vibe with us after a long day, we want you to know that we appreciate you more than words can say. This podcast isn't just a show. We're building a community, a space where faith, gaming, and life come together in ways that's raw, real, and sometimes just downright ridiculous. And none of it would be possible without you. Your support, your engagement, the energy you bring to every episode. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you. Thank you for being a part of this journey, for staying up with us, and for making Beyond the Quest and Beyond the Quest After Dark something truly special. Whether you're here for the deep conversations, the laughs, or just to feel the sense of the community, know that you matter. Your presence, your thoughts, and your support make all this worthwhile for all of us. We're just getting started, and we can't wait to see where this adventure takes us next, with you right beside us the entire time. Much love, stay safe, and as always, keep the quest alive.
That's pretty good.
That was everything I wanted to say, and I didn't know it was there. Oh,
That was pretty
that's
good.
truth. That is 100% truth.
And I think what makes everything so exciting is to know that, this is only, the fourth episode of After Dark? And we've only hit, we just did episode 11 yesterday, Beyond the Quest.
Yes, sir.
It's literally, the quest is just starting, and quests take a while. Anybody been on a quest, you know what I'm talking about. And I
It's
am
amazing.
extremely excited to see where things go. Daggone onions, I'm telling you what. I agree with what Cal said. That said everything that I couldn't put into words.
Yes. That's no joke. That's 100%. God dang it.
I hate onions. We know Taco hates onions, but
True. Mainly because they don't like me at all.
congrats to you guys though, getting an award already. We didn't forget. What was that award again, Napkins? Rising Star.
Yeah, we got the Acast Rising Star Award for getting over for getting over 1,000 streams within our first 20 episodes.
Man, we need a Kleenex emote.
God dang.
There's another sponsorship. Kleenex. If you hate onions, we do too.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna also plug Angry Vet Nation one more time, just because they deserve it. And I feel like we
Absolutely.
kind of neglected them a little bit this episode.
Never want to neglect them, man.
And I came up with another ad for them, so I'm gonna read this one.
Oh, is this another commercial or ad?
This is another Onions one.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, you better be ready.
All right.
Angry Vet Nation, where you're never alone. You've answered the call. You've put others before yourself. You've stood on the front lines, whether in combat, on the streets, in the firehouse, or in the ambulance bay, because that's who you are. But when the uniform comes off, when the calls stop coming, the silence can be deafening. We see you, we hear you, and we've got your six. At Angry Vet Nation, we're more than just a nonprofit. We're a family, a community built by veterans and first responders for veterans and first responders. Through streaming, we give you the tools, the support, and the brotherhood you might have been missing, because connection doesn't end when the job does. We provide the gear, we provide the training, but most of all, we provide a team, a place where you can be yourself, where your experiences are understood, and where your voice matters on and off the screen. You're not alone in this transition. You never were, and with us, you never will be. Join the family at angryvetnation.org, and let's take on the next mission together. Angry Vet Nation, because the bond never truly breaks.
God damn it.
Much love to Angry Vet Nation.
Very much.
Listen, what Vet and Amy have built from the ground up over there, and what they are doing is, I mean, it's beyond words. I mean, they're some of the roll of paper towels now, please. Listen, they are some of the best people ever. And whenever they first reached out and started helping and things, I was at a loss for words then, you know? And then listen,
Yeah.
Angry Vet Nation is growing, and they are doing things and helping people, and I'm blessed and proud to be a part of the Angry Vet Nation.
It's way more than any blessing I could ask for.
You got the whole office
Absolutely
crying.
amazing.
Way to go. Don't cry on your popcorn or your donuts. Listen, I don't know another sponsor that pays their people to watch the people they're sponsored. Okay,
Or
show 'em
provide
love.
snacks for 'em.
Well, I'm telling you too, and I might try and make it happen for. Let's see, next week, Cal's gonna do the big reveal and be on camera, right?
Uh, I guess so.
We may have donuts next week, boys.
Oh shit.
We'll have to DoorDash some to Cal so he can eat donuts with us.
I gotta figure out where to get donuts at over here. The
Sorry,
milk come
Cal.
from Ohio.
Sorry, Cal. I'm not going to drive the 5+ hours to make sure you get donuts.
No, there's a couple that just opened up where a
Hey,
bank
there's a
was.
Oh yeah, there's sheets over. You can get some donuts.
I'm gonna need more thing. I don't even want donuts if I'm gonna put the cam on. Oh,
Put
I'm
camera on
terrified.
holding a donut.
I'm terrified.
Nah, man.
Nothing to be worried about, man.
I'm gonna be smoking a cigarette and drinking a beer.
Which is completely all right with Twitch. I
You
looked it up
be
before I
you,
lit a
brother.
cigarette.
And, yeah, we'll see what's up.
Plus, you're gonna have one of them things, right? Wait, there it is.
Yeah,
One of them things.
I just have questions of my backdrop that I don't know if I should mention now or ask.
We'll talk about it after the show.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Wise choice.
Indubitably. I will say that I missed Schizo this episode. Everybody shows Schizo some love. I believe he went on some dinner date or something. And now you got Mama wanting peanut butter donuts from Sheets.
The last several times I've been to Sheets, they've not had any of those.
Listen, every time we've been to visit Cal, we lived off of Sheets food, okay?
Yeah, that does become our go-to place when we're up there.
I
Yes.
can't believe y'all.
We'll be on the way up there, and everybody be like, "I'm starting to get hungry." I'll be like, "There's a Sheets," and
There's
they'll be like,
Sheets.
"Say no less, pull in."
I can't believe y'all did that all them times. It's
Yeah, we did
freaking-
show up in the middle of the night once, bring Christmas presents, and I think we kind of scared him at first.
I was terrified. It was before I had my camera on the porch, and I got a
Are we the
I got
reason you put a camera up?
It's kind of what it
possibly.
sounds like.
I got a message that said you have a green mailbox, and there are you got 2 gifts on your porch. I'm like, do I strap up and walk out? I didn't know what to do. No, it was you guys. It was
Catch
amazing.
the listeners up with the chat here. Medic's wifey's response was, "Date what? Can't keep up with him or Napkins anymore." And y'all were planning your sheet stops before you ever left.
Because we knew they would be there.
And then Angry Vet Nation, Napkins says, "Dr. Pepper Lady." That's clear.
Yeah, I believe Schizo had a first responder dinner date thing that he went on. Is the reason he didn't make it in time for tonight's episode. So, hoping next week the whole crew's here, especially
And
for Cal's
hopefully
big
I
reveal.
have my new mic.
No.
I'm gonna send Cal some random clown wig or something to have on. That way nobody's expecting it.
We shall see. Said the blonde man to his blonde deaf sister. Something along
Why
those
she gotta be
lines.
blind and deaf?
Well, because I don't know what I'm talking and she ain't hearing. That was dumb as hell. I'm just getting along in the night. Don't mind me.
Yeah, we can tell.
Don't mind me.
Oh, we love you, man.
Anybody else have any questions, comments, piercing, critical insights before we wrap up?
I just want to say once again, thank everybody for listening. That does, watch the show or listen on the podcast platforms. Anything on the TikTok, It's appreciated more than you know. And once again, another happy anniversary to Mama and Dada.
Yep.
And
Happy anniversary.
happy late hatch day to the Prince of Pentacles himself, Cal.
Oh, thank you, brother. I thank you all.
You're welcome, Mama. We love you. Anything else on the brain before we wrap it up, fellers?
No, sir.
I just want to thank anybody who takes a listen. It's very much appreciated. You know, we're here if you need you. Ask if you need anything. We're here.
Absolutely. Don't forget, if anybody just wants to talk or needs to reach out, or there's multiple ways to get a hold of us. If nothing else, down in on the Twitches is the Discord link. Join the Discord. We don't care a bit. You know, somebody's always on there. Add us on Discord. Reach out, even if you just need to vent. You don't have to know us. I don't have to know what you're talking about. If you're going through something and you just need to talk, we're here.
If you can't find the Discord for some reason, beyondthequest.com, fill out the contact form. You can, in your message, you can ask for the Discord, and I can send it to you there.
Yes. Taco, last thoughts. Lay it on me.
Work sucks.
I concur.
Truth. All right, fellers. I believe that's going to wrap it up for this episode. Napkins is already yawning. Can't wait till next week. Kyle makes his appearance. You better be here. Be square.
Yeah.
Till next time. We love y'all. Jesus loves you more. Bye.
Love y'all.
Bye.
When the night comes alive and the lights grow dim, Slim Chance game and let the tales begin. McMedic's got the faith, Taco's bringing the fire. Napkins is schizo, raise your thoughts higher.
With Calystus in the mix, we're breaking the mold.
Adventures untold, both brave and bold. Beyond the quest where the shadows gleam, we're chasing the light in a gamer's dream. Faith and friends, it's a journey we'll chart. Slim Chance game and play straight from the heart. So grab your steed, up the grab your steed. Slim Chance game and play straight from the heart.
From boss fights to prayers, every world we roam.
We're building connections and calling them home.
Roll the dice, press start, take a leap of faith.
In the glow of the screen, there's a sacred space. Pixelated skies, late night fights. Together we laugh and together we thrive. From dungeons deep to celestial heights, Slim Chance gaming, let's play all night. Beyond the quest where the shadows gleam, we're chasing the light in a gamer's dream. Faith and friends, it's a journey we'll chart. Slim Chance gaming, playing straight from the heart. So brothers and steed, up the brothers and steed. Slim Chance gaming, playing straight from the heart. So grab your gear, let's take the ride. McMedic, Taco, Napkins by your side. Schizo and Calystus lighting the spark. This is Beyond the Quest After Dark.